So this week is called a Mate week. We will cover in this week a couple of Mate desktops from different distributions. We will compare them and see how each distribution markets Mate with its own flavor or features. So today we will cover Fedora, and our distribution is Fedora Spin Mate Compiz. Let us start. If you notice here in the Fedora, we have Fedora Spins. We have what is called Mate Compiz Desktop. So by the title, you can see that it is a classic Fedora desktop with an additional 3D window manager. So basically what they are marketing is that this Mate is a very fun Mate with a window manager which does some 3D rendering like wobbled screens, 3D cubes, all of this stuff, and being also as a Mate desktop with the original window manager mark. If we look here on the ISOs of all the Fedora spins, you might notice that LXDE is around 1 gigabyte or 1.2, something like that. LXQT also. i3 is also 1 gigabyte. XFCE is 2 gigabyte. Mate Compiz is 2 gigabyte. So although it is a very lightweight system, they already added some things to make it 2 gigabyte. So we will also know what this thing that they added to make it also a more usable desktop environment. So let us start. If we look now at the panel, we have two panels. The first panel is the one where you can click to show the desktop. Here we will have also all the running windows. You can have the buttons here, and here you have the workspace. On top you have this Mate panel, the traditional one. This is the traditional or the classic menu that is very well known for Mate. This is the best menu that you will ever see in Linux. It is very fast and everything it will be available for you directly and with so much speed. The first one is the applications. The second, if you want to check something in the places, and this places folder, you can manage it through the file manager. Let's say you want to go to downloads, you press it, you go to the downloads. And for the system or for anything in the system administration. If you look here, there is also a symbol for the Kaja, the other one for the Mate terminal. There's the Firefox, and I don't know why they included Thunderbird, but they included Thunderbird in Mate desktop. So if you install Mate desktop in Fedora, you will have this Thunderbird as by default. If you notice here, these four are very close to each other. We are not able to increase the spacing as far as I know. So it is difficult sometimes to go directly and click it because these are very close to each other. But for the menu, it's very simple. You can toggle between the menus as you like. Also in this Mate panel, there is the volume. There is DNF Dragora if you want to check for the software. There is the network. There is the battery. And here also there is the clock applet, which has the clock. It has the calendar. And if you want, you can also the location. You can put the location and you can get the weather from here. So it's very straightforward. This Mate panel takes a significant amount of RAM, more than the LX panel that you see. But it is very functional. Let's say the LX panel takes 30 megabytes. This one takes 60 megabytes. And also the applets, every applet takes considerable amount of RAM. But for a system like this, which doesn't have too much things going on, it is fine. And it is fun also. Let us look first at the system and we try to check everything what we can do with the system. First, in the preferences, there is the hardware, the traditional ones. We can go for the keyboard shortcuts, and of course the keyboard shortcuts is the same in any desktop environment. You can put any symbol that you want for your as you desire. Okay, so run a terminal, I put it Control Alt T, so I press Control Alt T, it will be available. And if you want tile window to the east, to the right, in most cases I press it Control 2, and to the west, which is the left side, is Control 1. So directly I can utilize these. So if I open, let's say this one, I press Control 1, it will be like this, Control 2, so it is very fast for my tiling. So this is for the system preferences. Power management, of course, every desktop environment has the power management, especially the laptop, and it's also available here. And also the time and date, also it's available over here. For internet and network, nothing to show. For the appearance, we start with customization. If you notice, we have the traditional system. If you want, what I did is I did something better for these appearances. Since last video I did about Zorin OS, I went to Zorin OS and I took all the themes, the desktop themes and the icon themes. They are available in the downloads. I downloaded them in the downloads. This folder, you will put it in the themes folder, and this one in the .icons folder in the home directory. And this is what I did. So in the themes, I put these all, and also in the .icons, I put also these. But you need to reload the cache for the themes. I did not reload the cache for the themes. And when you put them there, they will be here. So you can pick whichever you like. Zorin white, Zorin dark. I will choose Zorin green dark. So this is for the theme. The background, let us change the background. This one is not bad. For the fonts, they are using the stock sans regular. I don't really like sans. Maybe we can add Carlito. Monospace, let us keep it like this, no problem. So if you notice now, we have a very nice menu and a very nice theme. This is Zorin dark and green. That's for the appearance. There is the Kaja Actions configuration tool. If you remember, in a previous video, I did a video about Thunar custom actions. Thunar custom actions, it is very simple to do custom actions like open terminal, etc. when you right click on a context menu. Here there is a method or a configuration GUI in order to do your actions. Fortunately, in Fedora they have some actions. And how do you get the actions? If you notice, I open Kaja file manager. If I go to edit preferences, we'll go to the extensions. Look how many they have. These are the available actions that you can do, or you can make your own actions. We will also cover it in another video, how to make an action, a Kaja action, and put it here so that you can use it. So there's open terminal, image converter. All of these are included by default in Fedora. Okay, we'll continue. Afterwards, there is the Compiz configuration setting manager. This is the main thing what they are marketing about. So they're using this compositor Compiz as a window manager, so you can manipulate windows and have some fun for changing the workspaces, making something a cube. I don't really am a fan of these, but I'll just give you a small thing what I did. What I did here is I already checked this wobbly window, the one that is available also in Zorin OS. They had this jelly mode. When you move the window, it will be like a jelly. They have it here, but of course they have all of these that you can change. All of these: window management, the utility, extras, effects. So the wobbly, I will tell you how we can get it in after we finish with the menu. So we have the Compiz setting manager. There is the Emerald theme manager. Also, we will talk about it in the other theme. The main menu. The main menu is this menu. You can change also this main menu. You can add items or remove items. Pop-up notification. There is a simple one from the settings manager, and there is also the windows. For the windows, you can talk about what you can change. Let's say if you want to move a window, you can use Alt or Super. For the placement, you can do window snapping. If you open another one here, let's say like this. So this will take this screen. If you make it on the top, it will be half. The same thing. This is the window snapping that is available. And if you took it the other side, so this is the window snapping. If you like it, you can keep it. If you don't like it, You can use control 1, control 2, the one that I did before. And there is the compositing manager. If you don't want to have software compositing manager, you need some extra RAM, you can disable it from here. So that's concerning the look and feel. Concerning the others and the personal, if you look at the personal, the one that I will talk about on all of these is the startup application. So this is a very important item that you need to talk about. If you want to have a certain application run, you can add it from here, the startup application. And for the options, if you have an application that you need to have it all the time, you can also click this one in order to have it all the time. So in the preferences, that's everything we need to talk about. For the administration, of course, we talked about the NF Dragora in many videos, how to use it. There's the Mate login window, and there is also the control center. Let us open the control center. So this is all the things that you can do with Mate. You will find it in all Mate the desktops. All of them are available here. Fortunately, we talked all about these. We just want to have a feel about the Compiz Live and how it works. So in order to get it, you will go to Applications, Accessories. There is one item here which is called Compiz Fusion Action. You click it, you will have an item here, and from here you will get this menu. So first, this menu, I have Compiz, I have Marco, and I have IceWM. You tell me, how did you get this IceWM? It's very simple. You enter a terminal, sudo dnf install IceWM, and you install it. I install it for one reason, just to show you how we can also, without logging out, we can use it. So here, this is the default window manager. It is Marco, and here it is Compiz. So if I enable Compiz, now I am in a Compiz window. So everything, all the animation will be available. So let's say this one, if I move it like this, you see the wobbling windows. So this is one simple thing what we can do with the Compiz. You can play with it for some time and later on you go back to Marco. So here what you can do now, they have a very simple solution. Afterwards you go to Marco. So now you are in the system that you have. Another thing is the theming for the title or the others. So let's say I am in Compiz. So if you notice here, the title is this color. You can change this color through the emerald. Select the window decorator. We can change it to emerald. So if I change it to emerald, this is one of them. If you don't like the orange, you go to Emerald Theme Manager. And in this Emerald Theme Manager, you can pick the one that you like. Let's say you want this greenhouse effect. Okay, and I press quit. So now you have this one, and if you notice the wobbly that is available. So this one is very important. Let us go back to GTK, and the best thing in this Mate, in this icon, which is available only in Fedora, is that you can change a window manager. If you don't like Marco, you can directly go to IceWM. So if I press IceWM, for example, so now I have IceWM. I have the menu, IceWM menu, and all the data that is available with IceWM. So the shortcuts that you have in Marco will not work, but now you can manage the windows with the IceWM window manager. Okay, so let us go back to our Marco. This is the default one. Okay, so the other thing we will talk about is the applications. If you notice this Compiz Fusion, there is disks, the calculator, font viewer, Pluma for the editor. For the graphics, there is the iOfMate image editor and document scanner. Internet, they have FileZilla, HexChat, Thunderbird. They have a lot of things. They have the torrent client transmission. Office, they have all the LibreOffice. So also LibreOffice Writer, Calc, Impress. That's why it's taking space. They are using the LibreOffice and they are using also the Thunderbird. Without these, it will be also the same as LXDE or LXQT. For sound and volume, they use this Parole Media Player. For system tools, there is the Kaja Deconf Editor. We will talk about it later on. It is a little bit technical. Disk management, all the basic things that are available in Mate is also available. There's one thing also we need to talk about is the Mate panel. If I right click on it, you can add many items or applets in this panel. If you notice here, there is the battery charge. You can put the classic menu. This is the classic menu. There is the clock. There is a compact menu, which is only be the applications. So if you don't like places and system, only the applications, you remove this one and you put this compact menu. There's the CPU, disk mounter, drawer, eyes, fish. I like the fish. I'll talk to you about what is the fish. There is the run application, and there is one which is command. So how it works, let's say the command, I add a command, and this command is like this. I go to preferences. So the command is date plus %t. If you have a script, you can put the script, and let's say the answer of the script is, let's say, how many files to update. Like the answer will be 120, so it will give me directly 120. This is one idea. The icon, it will be a terminal icon also on here. So that's for the command. Let me remove it. As for this fish, I like this fish. Why? Because if I right click preferences, so you can make a animation. These are 8 items. So you put total frames in animation 8. So that's why this is making an animation. And if you click on it, it will run a program called Fortune. Sometimes, or maybe run any other program that you like. No need for Fortune. But Fortune is another program which gives you some quotes, famous quotes, and it's good to have them available. If you don't like Wanda, let's say, you can take the monkey, let's say. And if you notice, the monkey is, look at how the animation is. It is around 6, so you have to put 6. So this is the monkey. If you like the monkey, let us get to Wanda and make it like 8, because it is 8. Let me close. So if I click it, it will tell me a quote. Clones are people too. Let's put another one. Microsoft Zen become one with the blue screen. So they are funny quotes. It's very nice. Also, you can move it. So you can move it from here. You want to put it here or you put it here. It depends on you. Also available with Mate is called the brisk menu. The brisk menu is a menu which is used by Solus. So they have a collaboration between Solus and Mate to have this brisk menu in Mate. And to get it for Fedora, it is straightforward. What you have to do is you go to the terminal and sudo dnf copper enable fs Zimensky brisk menu. This is a copper repository. You put the password. Do you want to enable? Yes, I want to enable it. And later on you install it. Sudo dnf install brisk menu. Okay, I press yes. Okay, so and that is finished. If you want to look at it, how it is behaving, let us go to add to panel and check for the brisk. So this is the brisk menu. I click add and this is the menu. So now if you notice this menu, it is the same as the LXQT if you want. There is a search bar here and all of this. So it is, this one has no search button, but it is very fast and you can get to where you want very fast. Or if you like, you can use this one. If you want to use this one, you can remove from panel and you get also move it here. So we have now this panel. I don't know if we can move it here. Oh, we can add it from here, add panel, brisk menu, add it here. And this one, I remove it. So we now have this panel. It is better to put it down if you like, but now you can search, let's say, for LibreOffice, and you press it. If you like this one, you like. If you like the other classic one, you can also use the classic one. To wrap it up, in Fedora, what we do is we'll have to check some things. So if you notice, all of this in Mate with the LibreOffice, with the Thunderbird, it is using 4 GB, which is not bad. But you have to bear in mind, this is Fedora. We need, without the multimedia codecs, you need to install the RPM Fusion repositories and the multimedia codecs with VLC and FFmpeg. All of these, they are not included. But also with 4 GB, it is relatively not too much. For the RAM, they are using now, we are using around 654 megabytes of RAM. It is around 600 megabytes of RAM, but of course what takes some RAM is the Mate panel, because we have all of these applets that are used. But we can go a much lower if we want. We can go a much lower if you want. Another thing for the kernel, of course, because it is Fedora, it is using 5.19.15. The Ubuntu or Linux Mint, they use 5.15, so this one is the newer kernel. That's it for Fedora Mate, and we will be back with another video. Thank you.